based on your experience, is it worth it to get into public service, knowing that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The problem is there's not enough good people going in it. What's happened, and I've said this before, in the last 30 or 40 years, the private enterprise has been so attractive, so rewarding because of the money.
The pay is a lot higher, like the bank.
The pay is a lot higher. I mean, that's why I became a singer while I was working as a public servant. I couldn't make ends meet when I was having kids. The only way I could do it was to sing at night, which I really enjoyed. And I made sure I did that the right way because I wanted to get another job singing. You have to do things the right way. But anyway, getting back to the point, private enterprise was so lucrative that the brains all went into that. I want to make money. I want the good life. I want to, experience the best of what life has to offer. There was a vacuum created in the public arena, and it became more and more consolidated in the hands of the elected, who we elected. They would dictate what the departments were. They were dictating who got the jobs. The patronage system replaced the merit system that was all over California. In every jurisdiction, you had a civil service system that worked on the merit system. They got rid of that. Now it's patronage. I get 20 jobs here. I got 40 jobs in this department. I became mayor. We had a mayor there that took our workforce from 27,000 people in 1978 to almost 43,000 today. All those jobs were created, patronage, people that worked not only at the city, but worked to get him reelected. That's what's happened to government. It's gotten bloated. That's why you got a guy like Elon Musk out there being as successful as he is, looking into the fat. The guy's doing a great job. And people should be thankful that someone like this is spending his own money to help us make government more efficient, more lean, and more working for us,
Tony, what you're saying now, do you think we've become more materially focused on the money side of things compared to your generation when you guys were starting then?
Yes. I think we have, in the last 40 years, become very materialistic and less spiritual. I think you need a spiritual component for health, of human health. I really do. But in the last 40 years, everything's been materialism. Acquire as much as you can, startup companies, blah, 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 all money, money, money. So that's what's happened. And government has been ignored except by those who get elected. And they're usually people, when you look at them, that have never done a thing in their life. They've never experienced hardship. Some of them grew up poor. A lot of them will tell you they grew up poor. A lot of them didn't. They never learned the art of sacrifice. They never learned the art of working for others because they had to. They don't know that. So a lot of guys have gone into politics because it's like if they didn't go make it in acting in Hollywood, they went into politics, and they became politicians. And once you're in office, and I can say this out of experience, you are hit with enormous opportunities to cheat, to steal, and to get corrupt. The opportunities hit you like mad.
Do people come to you
Absolutely.
With ideas?
You're signing $1 million contracts every week. You're voting on it. You're creating legislation that deals with money, with the development, with you name it. You're in a very, very tempting position. And if you don't do it the right way, you're gonna make a mistake and you're gonna get caught and you won't go anywhere.
So the thing is, you have to have very strong ethics
without a doubt.
To not be...
Oh, it's unbelievable. People don't realize how, when you're in office, what comes at you and how you can manipulate things if you're crooked. That's why we have so much corruption. And that's why you have so many dummies being corrupt. It's easy to do. It's very easy to
Do you have any examples to tell us, like from people coming up to you or others? Like,
Yeah, I'll give you an example. I was going to run for mayor. I'm not going to name any names because that's not fair. But I had an offer that my personal mortgage would be taken care of, that my children, I had 4 kids in private school, their tuition would be taken care of, that I would get as many singing jobs as I wanted, wherever I wanted, that all that would be taken care of if I didn't run. That's just one small example. That's personal. And, of course I didn't take it, but that comes your way.
why didn't you take it?
Because that's not me. I mean, first of all, that's probably why I'm not in office now. I can't be bought. I wasn't raised that way. And my father, my mother, as I mentioned, they were good blue-class working people, religious people, but you weren't second to anyone. You certainly weren't superior to anyone, but being bought wasn't part of our DNA. And that's the problem. When you're in politics, it's easy to get bought. And it's the quickest way up the political ladder. When you have to raise $10 or $20 million to become mayor of San Francisco and you're not wealthy, you're not a millionaire, you have to sell part of your existence to get that money. And that's one of the good things about the mayor we have there now, Dan Lurie, who I think is very well-intentioned. He didn't have to do that. He had his own money, and I give him credit for that. He spent his own money, and a lot of it, to become mayor. So he owns himself. So he's got to make the right move. Now, he's not owned. He may be owned to some degree by the PACs that put up money for him. They put up, I think, another $8 million or something like that. He spent a lot of money to become mayor. But it was his own money, so I give him credit for that. Someone like myself, I'm not a wealthy guy. I've never been wealthy. I'd have to go out and raise money. And with big money, you're talking big money to run for mayor. You almost become the other, the slave of the person or the group of people that funds you.
Do you think this money part, the campaign money, it's kind of conflicting with the public service?
Absolutely. With public service, no. Public service is public service. You go into public service if you're qualified enough to get a job to work for the government in one capacity or other. That's, if you can handle the politics that's running that department and you do a good job, that's one thing. The money is what gets the electeds in power.